What it do, Shawty Waddies? It's your boy Jeremiah Neal, and you know the drill. Welcome to another episode of Cheat Day Cheese Man. I got my boy. Are we doing Ja? Are we doing?
We'll do Jamel.
Jamel.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is where we're at right now in
Yes.
2019.
Yes.
This is Jamel.
Hey guys.
This is the homie. I've known Jamel since what? 2013.
Yes.
I think too.
It's been a minute.
So 6 going on 7 years. I brought him on here because one of my favorite things is by his house. There's a Little Caesars. There's Little Caesars everywhere, so you're never gonna find out where he lives in case you think he's cute.
All right.
And I always used to like pick up a Little Caesars, or like when we used to have sessions or something like that, it was always Little Caesars. So we're celebrating with Little Caesars today. Before we dig in, you have to say something you're grateful for. What are you grateful for today?
Today. In general, I'm grateful for life.
Come on,
There are
grateful
so many,
for life.
so many possibilities. The sky's the limit.
Come on.
There we go.
I'm grateful because I'm going to New York.
Hey, yes, New York.
I'm flying out to New York tonight by the time this video drops. So, that'll be cool because I've never been to New York.
Really?
And I know you're from New York.
Yes.
So you can tell me some things that I can look forward to for the trip. But I've never been here. So it's like, this is probably the first time I've been to a place I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah.
So I got pepperoni. Mr. Jamel over here got cheese, because who eats cheese pizza?
It's bomb.
Okay, that's the first poll. Cheese or pepperoni? Who are we picking, y'all?
I just don't eat pork. I do eat pork. I do eat pork. But
but I know what you mean. We shouldn't be eating this. This is why I want to get rich, y'all. Can we make Cheat Day Cheese May blow up so I can go to Whole Foods and get like the vegan pepperoni? Because we shouldn't be eating this. He's right.
True.
And then we got some, garlic bread?
Cheese bread.
Cheese bread.
More
cheese.
cheese.
More cheese that I don't need because I think I'm allergic. And then you got some Perrier. I ain't drinking this, y'all, so we're going to do a little swap.
Okay, that's me trying to promote a healthy lifestyle as we're eating Little
He's trying
Caesars.
to be healthy. I'm not. Sponsored by Fanta. Let's kill ourselves with even more soda. We got some ranch. I know you love Frank's, so I bought some of this for you. Let's eat.
Perfect.
So what's going on? How's life been?
Life has been freaking amazing. This year's been a whirlwind.
What's going on? I know you was in China.
Was in China.
Fine China, like this brown bitch.
Yes.
I can cuss now. I had Tiff. You remember Tiff?
Yeah.
I had her on last week, and out of respect of her faith, I was like, I don't want to be cussing. So I went in and tried to edit out his. I remember the morning of, I watched the video. I was like, oh my God, I said, damn girl, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
But you don't hear, I know you can cuss. So sorry, you two. Don't be trying to flat my video either, y'all. I know how y'all be.
So we did China last year. We did London this summer. I'm flying back and forth to Finland doing this whole video game thing, so that's awesome.
Wait, you just he always do this. This be so funny.
Why?
This is definitely one of your characters.
Why?
You like nonchalantly list these wonderful accolades as if everyday Susan is getting them at the corner store.
Well,
you're flying to Finland for a video game. What is this?
So I can't say the name of the video game, but basically they're making me a full-on video game character, full-on motion capture. So my face, my voice, my body, like everything. It's a war game. I have to fly back and forth between now and January. It should be out in 6 months. And Remedy is producing it. Shout out to Remedy. They're an amazing, amazing production company.
Shout out to Remedy.
Yeah.
What the heck? I mean, I'm always so proud of everything that you get involved in, but I feel like besides myself, he's probably the only person that finds the most random jobs
True.
in the industry to be a part of that are cool and revolutionary.
Yeah.
But I would have never, I would have never picked that as like your thing that you would have been doing.
Neither would I have. It's like my agent is just like, okay, so we have this audition for you, that audition for you. So half the time I don't really even know what the projects are.
You just be going.
Yeah, just be going because I don't really care. Money is money to me, and I love to work. So they sent the breakdown and they sent the audition sides, and it was just like a full on audition. So I had a full on scene, did it, sent the self tape in, and then they flew me to London for the callback. That's why I was in London. Shout outs to London.
What did you think?
I loved London.
Okay, because people be trying to fight with me and trying to tell me that that's not one of the best cities, and I'm like, it's great to me. You said.
No, well, I didn't spend enough time there.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was only there for 3 days.
I always try to do at least 4 to 5.
Yeah. And one of the days I was working, so it was like I didn't really give London a fair shot. So I do want to go back. I was actually thinking about Paris or London for New Year's.
Don't even. No. See, I'm over here telling people, I'm going to be in LA for New Year's, and then I'm over here in my head planning a trip with him to Paris.
Yeah, my homeboy was like, he wanted to go to Colombia. I was like, that might be dope.
Oh, my friend wants to go to Colombia too.
We might have to make it happen. I'm
down for a boy trip. I keep trying to tell people I'm trying to travel, and they don't understand.
I'm so down.
Especially because now that I done came out the closet with all my jobs, woo! It's so great because a lot of them I can work remote. Like it don't matter. Like as long as I got a good Wi-Fi connection in my brain, bitch, then let's get it cracking and I can do what I need to do.
Absolutely.
That's why I love like being in this generation because like our parents sometimes they didn't get that luxury.
No,
it was always you had to go to sites. You have to show your performance at a physical place, which my bosses they still obviously like me to be at the place, but it's like that's not an excuse as to why I can't travel, anymore. So we need to get it together, and it's also helping me budget. I don't know for you, but when I know I have a trip coming, girl, these little Caesars, hot and ready's, they be coming. They be coming into handy when it's like when the times get tough and it's like okay, like because you're gonna want to have that nice bottle of wine when you're looking on the French Riviera and stuff. You're not trying to have Little Caesars in France, girl. You're trying to live like them. Yeah, I want to go to Monaco.
Ooh, that would be nice.
I've always wanted to go there. There's this really cool band. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Have you ever heard of MKTO?
No.
They had this song called Classic back in like 2013, 2014.
Wait, yes, I heard this song.
So classic.
Yes, I never knew the name. Yes.
They have a really cool song called Monaco, and it's just you know what you're a musician as well as a great actor, but when you know when you can like paint music, like just paint the picture with the music, like they literally made Monaco into a song, and it literally makes me want to travel there thanks to this song. So shout out to MKTO for making me like want to travel to a city. This is how music is supposed to make y'all feel, not just make you be like skip, that sound the same, I can do that. You're supposed to be revolutionary, and those boys did that. But I do want to go to more like not upper echelon, but like the what is it? How you say it? Cannes film festivals or like stuff like that.
Yeah. That would be great.
They need to be up there yelling at me. You saying it wrong. I can't even get there yet. I'm trying to get there. So that's where we're trying to go to.
Yeah, and things are super affordable. Like I have this app called Hitlist. Sometimes you can't really pick the dates. Like they kind of have their set dates. But like when I went to Italy, I went for $480 round trip. Yeah, and I booked it 2 weeks in advance. And then we Airbnb'd, and I think it was just $100 for the week. So it's like. Things are super affordable now. There's no excuse to not travel.
Hold on.
For real. Get your life.
My flights to Florida for Christmas be $800, $900. So you out here flying to Italy for half the price that people fly to go to a couple states over. Yeah. See, this is the issue. People try to like make us feel like we're broke. Like, I can't stand when I feel like older folks make it seem like, oh, you millennials, like, you guys, you don't know how to spend your money, or you don't know how to budget your money, or if you did, you wouldn't be living in apartments, you would own homes and stuff like that.
See, that's not even the way to go now.
Maybe that's not on our agenda, because yes, you have a house, but what about, like, your mental clarity? Right. Like, do you even enjoy the house you're living in, or the people you're living in the house with? No. Like, I would rather work on my relationships, work on myself, my growth, and if that's a vacation over me putting $120,000 on a home, especially in LA. Do you not? Our rent is.
It's a mortgage.
Sometimes 3 times more than some of you people's mortgages out here for our little 2-bedroom apartments.
That's so true.
So don't get it twisted. It's not like we just sit here frolicking in the dough because our rent is $200. Like, oh, take me back to college. I remember. Girl, I was paying, I think, $296 a month. I had my own room.
That's unheard of. This is back in Florida? Yeah.
Own room, own bathroom. We had a shared kitchen, but it was an apartment. It's like, what we have here, but just imagine a couple more rooms. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. That you can live like that at one place of the earth. or even just people in other third world countries where they pay the equivalent of something like $10 a month, and to them that's rich.
Yeah,
because they don't have nothing.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's so
ain't
true.
it crazy?
It's crazy.
You can make anything happen though. That's one thing I'm seeing. Some of these people are just not taking no for an answer. Oh, you don't want to cast me for this? I'm just gonna make my own damn show.
That's what we do. Madhouse Productions.
Like,
plug.
Come on, plug. Because
So,
I had a little bit of influence on Madhouse. So I feel like
okay. So the story on Madhouse is Jeremiah and our other good friend Lee.
Y'all know Lee. He was on Cheat Day.
So we had a music production company, and I've always wanted to branch off and do like a film part
because he acts. He does like a lot of cool stuff. You've been on like Lifetime and what else?
Of Lifetime movies. I did Area 51 by Oren Pelly, who did Paranormal Activity. A bunch of print ads. I do whatever. I do like I like working, like I said, so I do it all, like whatever pays. So we did the whole Madhouse thing, and then I switched over to the film part, and we've just been producing a bunch of films. So we try to do things that are socially conscious, and we just did a piece on toxic masculinity. We did a project about mental health, so a girl who just lost her parents and stuff like that. So just dealing with things, and it was a black girl who was dealing with like mental health issues. It's stuff you don't normally see. So that's what we're trying to do. It's me.
You're not trying. You are.
Yeah. True. We are. The stuff is out now. My good friend Tristan Cunningham, my best friend, and Travis Lockhart are my two business partners, and I would love to get back into like the music aspect of it and make it a full on thing. But it's a lot of work. Production's a lot of work.
Okay,
so
that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yes.
First of all,
rewarding, but a lot of work.
Jamel and I have like a very interesting relationship because it's literally like brothers, but like love-hate. It's
all love. It is all love on my end.
But it's like we either on or we're off.
Oh my God. Well, that's true, but I also think that we're both pretty busy in our own right doing what we do, so we don't always talk.
So it's like, it's nothing like too crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like when we're on, man.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking about, you remember, let me get you right tonight. You know, I'm gonna put it down, y'all. We used to just be making like these songs, and it was so nice. It was at a very dark place in my life where I felt like I couldn't be myself at all. And so when we used to be making those songs, like even if it was a hot mess, I just felt like, hey, at least I could be a hot mess and be it with someone like that likes doing this too. And that's all I've ever liked. And I feel like you're one of the few people that can kind of like pick up and resume. Like if something were to happen and he would be like, I feel like he would be like, even if we wasn't like talking, he would be like, okay, I got to get Jared on this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Jared would have a really cool like outlook on this or whatever. And I respect people like that because in LA, it's always like that. Like we might even have something going on, but then like it's even cross interference because something else got something going on. We can't even focus on what we got going on because that's going on. And it's like you just gotta come and go as you please. So
see, this is the thing. My big philosophy, and it's been my philosophy for years, and I hate chocolate with food in my mouth. Sorry, guys. But
he's not used to the mukbang.
No, I'm not. But this is cool. I love it.
This is what I wish I could have done when I was 6 years old, and I wasn't allowed. So we're making up for lost time.
Right, exactly. Life is way too short to dwell on dumb shit, and like nothing between us has ever happened that's so like out there that we can't come back from. There's been like random like side kikiing from other people, but it was never an issue between us.
But we've always been able to come back and talk about it.
Of course. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. And I appreciate the fact that we have that type of relationship. And I have that relationship with almost everybody in my life. Like things get busy, sometimes things happen, but nothing is beyond repair. And again, life is way too short to dwell on dumb shit. Like there are people actually dealing with things in the world. So, you know, let them deal with that, and how can we uplift, elevate, and help those people, you know?
And then if you think about it, it's like, first of all, I love that, but secondly, it's like if you focus on the amazing things that you do with the people instead of the things that you don't like doing with the people, it's like, it still outweighs it. Yeah, like even if I found you annoying, I never did, but like even if I found you annoying as hell, if I knew that like you were the best engineer in the business, bitch, I'm sucking up my pride and I'm gonna cook out this hit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just got to make that
Right.
sacrifice. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's the whole point of working as a team. I feel like some people don't get that.
Yeah.
I think that's so frustrating. Sometimes I thought I got it too, because I love working with others, but sometimes like learning like how facial expressions or tones and like stuff like that I didn't really like. Nobody ever really told me, oh, you shouldn't say that. Everyone kind of was just like what you just did, like, you know? It's like, so I don't be knowing. I just keep going, and I go down that rabbit hole, and then until one day someone's like blowing up and be like, why you being like that? And I'm like, because this how I always been. And you ain't never said nothing to me, even though I made, you know, it's like we gotta keep each other in check. We gotta we should never let stuff build up like that. I think that comes with like maturity too. Like
it does. And again, I'm from New York, where that's just kind of the way of life. You just call each other out on shit, and it's all, but it's all love. It's all to strengthen relationships. It's not ever like shade or you did this. It's like, no, bitch, like you acting up. Like what's up? Let's talk about it. Yeah,
it's so funny. Shout out to my girl Imani. She's a comedian. She's from New York, and she got into a little thing. Her man. And then the next day they was like, oh, it's cool. They was like, we from New York. Like one day we scrap up, the next day we break bread. Like this is how it goes. And I was like, that if we really thought about this, like we be making situations worse or longer when we like drag it out, because we be the ones like still stuck on it. When half the time, I always think about this. When I always get worked up, I always say, do you think this person is thinking about you or this situation as much as you are? And if they are not, you really need to let it go.
But see, and even on that note, like piggybacking off of that, I think it's at the end of the day about kind of like where you're at mentally. If you're happy, if you're in a sound, if you're making sound logical like arguments, if you're actually right, then let it you'll be right. It is what it is.
And time will let it.
Absolutely.
Because that's the thing. We have the expectations for people to understand. Like something you might have told me. First of all, do you want some of this?
You know I've been eyeing it. No, I've been eyeing it.
Sorry, y'all. I'm doing a bad presentation. I'm hungry. I have not eaten.
Delicious.
I've been doing this once a eating day thing, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all. But your boy has been so busy, y'all. Like, oh my goodness, as y'all have seen,
for a reason.
Yeah, so it's like I need to get better. But yeah. What was he saying?
That was good. I have the worst memory of life.
No, it was so good. Well, I was trying to break bread with the brother.
Yeah. And
make sure that he got it right and tight. Okay, so
your friend, in her. No, we were off that.
We said that already.
Lord,
it's cool. That's cool. That's what we like. Anyway, so we back. We doing our thing. So you doing your acting. You flying to Finland for the video game.
Yeah.
What else going on with you besides that?
I have this web series that I'm about to do called Not How It Goes. I'm gonna film that next year. Other than that, like, you know, in my 30s, it's all about kind of security. Yeah.
30s.
Yeah. At this point, it's just about security. And like we were talking about, like homes, like I'm in this struggle of like, do I want to rent? Do I want to own? Like, I have a lot of really successful friends. I have a lot of friends in all different aspects of life.
And they don't be knowing that, John. Like, they be thinking, I don't want, it's not a bragging thing, but people be seeing like some of our stuff and think like, we be like,
oh, if y'all
like
only
just
knew.
It's like we be literally like there's someone that lives next door to me that is like, in the media quite often, and I see this person like every day because I walk to the corner store to buy energy drinks, which I don't advertise to do because they're bad for you. So do as I say, not as I do. But it's like this person's always on TMZ, and the person lives next door to me, but I don't go blasting this person's information. I don't go calling T because it's none of my business. Like, he's living his life, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
But like, don't be making it seem like just because y'all don't see us all the time on the TV screens and stuff like that, that we're not in a circle of like, understanding what this industry, goes on in this industry.
But see, I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions too, is like, there's a lot of work that goes into the back end of it. And I think the people who are on top one day and then fall is because they're not good on their business end. And that's the one thing that is super important, that you have to be on your business shit. You have to be on your business shit.
He's not lying, because Jamel never really gets angry.
I don't.
But you wasn't angry. You wasn't disappointed either. It was just you really wanted to work on our business plan. And I remember one day, I think I probably had a bad day at Phase 5 rehearsal, because that used to happen a lot. from my end being negative and other people being negative. It was just the lifestyle at the time. And I just wanted a pick-me-up. And my pick-me-up with you was always just like making a beat and making a sick song. Yeah. Because we always did that. It was always play, but then it kind of always turned into something fun. And I love that. But you were right. You said, like, you know, we said today we're going to do this business plan and we need to stick to that. And I was like, but it was like, I love that that's still a priority, and it's still, that's a mature thing to point out, because a lot of people love to dream, and dreaming is so important. But you also have to have an anchor with anything that you do. Absolutely. Because somebody else is out there dreaming too, but they also have that anchor, and then they're going to be more prepared when that opportunity comes. Because everybody watching, I don't know if you know, but Joe Jonas, the wonderful Joe Jonas, thank you so much, Joe Jonas. Thank you. He came to my job, and I had a conversation with him, and he was so moved by me just treating him like a normal human being, like he is. He asked me, he was like, can I put you on my Instagram? Dope. Like, would you mind just having this conversation with the people? And that helped, like, set this huge, like, I got so many followers from it, like, so many views or whatever. But it was so interesting to look at the people that checked out my profile during that time, and I was like, wow. Like, everybody watching you, were you prepared for that? We always begging. We're always, me and him, y'all, we ain't even dreaming. We just see the future. It ain't a game. So when we were waiting for those moments, we just want it so bad. But then I said, it's here. I said, I should have had a song. I should have had this. And it was like that business side of me. It was like, and then you were one of the people that were floating in the back of my head. And I was like, dang, like, you know, we got to always be ready. You got to always be ready. If you're in a city like this, you got to always be in your toes. And I love that.
No, that's so true. That's so true. But it's crazy to think, like, just piggybacking off of that, because, like, there are certain family members of mine too who, like, are like, oh, you know, it must be nice living in sunny California, blah blah blah. Y'all don't see the rainy days. Like, I'll post the good shit. There are many of them. Like, even on my story now, I don't even care. Like, if my Saturday is just me reading scripts, that's my Saturday, guys. Me with a cup of tea, just reading script. Like, and it's not
hard, but it's like, because Jamel, he's trying to, like, stay all covered up today, but he has a really nice body and stuff like that. So I know the rules of Instagram. Like, when you have a body like that and you post pictures like that, you get a certain crowd of people that expect that kind of content 24/7. And when you're a multi-dimensional person like us, people can't handle that. Like, it's true. We can, yes, we're sexy, but sexy doesn't have to be with your shirt off. Sexy can be reading a script because you're ambitious. You see what I mean? And you working for your goals. Like, let that be sexy. I'm so tired of, like, this superficial society that expect people to, like, not want to be, like, multifaceted. Like, you want to act, you want to sing, you want to do everything that you can be involved in. Like, let's support that along with the sexy. That is sexy in my opinion. You know?
I wish people did support that more. It's so funny, like, the types of things, especially, like, the more socially conscious things that, like, you'll bring up and stuff like that, and people are just not here for it. Especially, like, if you do have a body, you have this, you have that. People are only looking for that
specific thing.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, where? Because, like, okay, so, like, when you was a little kid, like, when did you know, not that you were not gay, but, like, different? Because I feel like, even with me, I just have a different spirit. Like, I just don't be on the same wavelength as everybody else. I know I'm an alien or something. I came from the sky. I'm trying to tell y'all, ever since I be 3-4 years old, just looking at stuff and being like, this don't make sense. And then I was always told, well, you're a little kid, so little kids don't know anything, so stay in a child's place. Like, that was always the overall lesson. And I'm like, but it don't make sense. So did you ever have, like, a moment like that where you was like, I just know, like, my purpose different. It doesn't register the same way, like, the rest of
I think from a young age, I knew I was different, and I was very blessed with two incredible parent figures, my great-grandparents. Shout out to Hattie Mae and Jamel.
Okay, Hattie Mae.
Hattie Mae.
Listen.
Still alive, my best friend.
Come on, Hattie Mae.
Yeah. They just gave me the freedom to know that nothing is out of reach. You just have to go for it. And, like, if I was ever like, oh, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, they're like, oh, okay, go do it. Like, it was never like a, yeah, baby, you got it. It was just like, okay, go do it. Like, I remember I was watching Why Do Fools Fall in Love. It's the Frankie Lyman story. Vivica Fox was in it, and I remember being like, and I remember being specifically one day, I was like, I could play her son. I could play this. I could play that. Like, why can't I just be in a movie with her? Fast forward, I've been in 4 movies with Vivica Fox. It's that sort of thing where you just speak things into existence, and you just kind of I don't know. I just always knew it had just a different perspective. So there was never a moment. You just execute. You just do it.
I've recently come into this and understanding the speaking into existence thing.
It's, oh my God.
Then I revisit stuff into my past, and I'm like,
yeah.
I remember like sitting there on the edge of my bed, like saying something, and then that stuff, and like they make fun of us, like when they make those songs, like When You Wish Upon a Star and stuff like that. I'm like, that stuff ain't funny, y'all. It's comes
real.
true.
It's real.
Like the past 2 months of my life, I swear, like, I think maybe because they know that 2020 is coming up and I turned 30 in 2 months. Oh my gosh, I turned 30 in 2 months. That the universe was like, okay, we really have to like catch you up because you've been lost in La La Land, and bro, you need to catch up to speed. I've had like all the awakenings that anyone can ever have in your life.
That's life. I think that's life in general. You're always gonna have an awakening. Just
I don't know. Figure it out. It's been crazy, girl.
Trust me, I know. I know.
So what happened? I say yoga.
Ooh,
I tell
that's
you,
good. Yoga's good.
I can't talk about yoga because I be crying, and I told him, I said, "You supposed to be happy,
right?
You supposed to be happy." Exactly. I'm not, but I'm crying of joy, y'all. I'm not.
Okay.
It's not sadness. I'm just overjoyed at the fact that, first of all, my auntie told me to do it for so long, and I ignored her, and then the fact that it works. It's like, why? Like, I see this now. They're starting to implement yoga into school, and I think this is so important. And I wish I was given that as an opportunity to cool down. Do you not understand going to school every single day as a young black gay kid and not out and getting bullied for being gay? Sometimes you just need to scream or do something. Had I had known that all I could do was do some breathing exercises and learn to tap into just my mind and relax, and that could have been a way of executing my rage. Like, they could have told me that, and it's so simple. It literally is so simple. They just need to get exposed to it, and I feel like they not trying to. Like, why do they not want us to be happier or like work more together or not bully each other? Like, I just saw the video. Did you see the man? He saved the boy from killing himself.
No.
It was this boy. He brought a rifle to school. And he was about to shoot him. The boy said, apparently, this is allegedly, because I can't be trusting none of these blogs recently, but they said allegedly that he didn't want to kill himself at home because he didn't want his mom to find his body there. So he came to school, but then the teacher came and like calmed him down, took the gun from him, and just gave him like a big hug. And I was like, that's when these people, I'm not excusing none of the stuff that they do, y'all. It is horrific, and they deserve to pay any consequence that they do. But when people ask, well, why do they do it? It's because they literally are crying for help. Please notice me. I need you. I just need a hug. I just need someone to pay attention to me. And all y'all do is just overlook me. You laugh at me. You make fun of me. They literally just go off the ends. And then they start killing everybody. And we like, y'all, every day, Jamel, you see a new story in the United States. Somebody getting shot. Today, I saw an article on Facebook that said today was the first time in New York City since 1993 that nobody was shot over the weekend.
Oh, God.
I said, this should never be nobody headline for any news article. That is not cute.
No.
At all. You see what I mean? Like, this is not how society's supposed to be. And people always ask, why don't you have kids now? You're going to be 30. You should settle down. I'm not bringing no child into this world until we have some type of resolution of where we're going. Like, y'all got to let me know. Like, are we going down disaster hill and then you're going to say, oh, y'all got another 80 years to live and we just going to do it? I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then you give me my timeline and know what's going on. But if we can all come together and reformulate this shit, because it's too many people like us. You notice that?
I agree.
We're not the only ones that want to make this revolution happen.
No, for sure. And there are so many people and so many different movements happening to just better life and make things equal and make things not a big deal. Like, the one thing that is really close to me, and I'm not sure why I take such a liking to it, is like transgender issues. Like, so many transgender women getting killed. a lot of transgender women of color, especially. It's sad to see, like, why do people care so much? I mean, I understand the psychology behind it. I truly believe in the Kinsey scale. I think there is a true fluctuation in, I personally think everybody, I won't say is bi, but I do think everybody's fluid to a degree.
And they have thought about some type of...
Yeah, and it's different factors that influence how far you'll go with it, for sure. But I do believe that I don't think that there's one straight, one this, one that. Like, I think everybody has something in them. And it's not a bad thing. It's okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And if there's a person who feels like they were born in the wrong body, why is that wrong? Why is that bad? Why is it up to anybody else to judge? Like, I've never understood that. It's just so interesting to
My thing is,
understand.
like, even if you don't like it, if it's not your immediate family,
yeah,
it's none of your business.
Yeah.
Now I can see if, like, someone was, like, standing in front of your house, because like, randomly I was driving home from work the other day, and no shade to them, because they be, like, shouting me out when I eat my vegan stuff, but PETA was standing in front of Fiesta Cantina in front of WeHope and shouting about, it was like, it was 6 p.m. on a Friday, like, nobody was out. It was like, y'all didn't even try with your campaign, first of all, to even think about that. You just out there shouting for no reason. It's like, stuff like that, I can see why people would be aggravated in the trans, but I've never heard no story like that. All I hear is, so-and-so just randomly got murdered on Friday morning. And it's like, you know what happens is, some of these people... the same people murdering are the same people calling these people up and saying, I miss you, I love you, come over.
Absolutely.
Because that is such a fetishized thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, why does it have to be a fetish? Why can't people just openly say that they like trans people or they prefer people a little different or whatever? That's life.
Yeah.
You know, we've always taken a liking to people that are provocative.
Yeah.
Madonna, Lady Gaga, Grace Jones, like all of these people, David Bowie, like Prince.
Yeah.
Look at all of these characteristics of all of these people. Androgyny, makeup, tight leather stuff, the Eurythmics. Like, all of this was all that vibe.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it's for somebody else, it's for
that's
somebody
what
else.
baffles me. Okay. How all the 80s rock bands all had on leotards.
For real, it did.
And all the men love them songs to this day.
Yeah.
But will knock a guy, a millennial or Gen Z guy, for wearing skinny jeans, talking about, I don't know how they wear those pants, man. And I'm like, you looking up to... all these people and they're wearing leotards. I don't get it. It's like you pick and choose what you want to be right or wrong. Yeah. And I like people just feeling like they can express themselves however way they want, to the degree of however way it works in their zone. Yeah. And letting people just, as long as you're not bothering nobody else, do what you got to do.
Right. Nothing bad comes from acceptance. I mean, unless like you're a serial killer, or of course we're not going to accept stuff like that. But if it's stuff that's just like, just fundamental human rights and inherent things that people just have as traits. Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, it's the weirdest thing. And when people go off about it, like, it's interesting. Like, I want to do a document. I've started a documentary about trans people. It's an interesting topic, and a lot of trans women are like want to tell their stories, and it's just such a hot topic. And like, I want to get more into the psyche of people who are against it, because it's interesting. I would love to know more.
I don't think they're necessarily against it. They don't know that they're against it because they're against it. They're against it because other people told them they should be against it.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair.
So,
but that's
going to be the point of
you know?
Your documentary is going to be so revolutionary because you're going to give them a chance for the first time to make a decision for themselves based off of showing other people's stories, because they don't get to hear these kind of stories.
No, that's very true.
What do they hear?
That's very true.
All the stuff on the blogs, or like, I remember, what was it, Dwight Howard? Oh yeah, got caught with a transgender.
So many.
And he was like making a big deal. And it's like, you're not. First of all, we live in Hollywood, so we know tea. Right. But it's like, you're not the only one, and it's okay. This has been going on for centuries. People, transgender people have been alive for forever. Yeah. I've never understood how people can how. I'm not even gonna get on that. Just in general, I'm just about to get a bunch of thumbs downs, and the channels. Right? We gotta keep the metrics up. I was just about to talk about how, like, in the Bible, I guess I'm gonna take it there real briefly. How in Revelations, have you ever read Revelations, the last chapter in the Bible? And okay, so they talk about like 7-headed like dragons and like all these crazy things. So it's like, how can Christians knock down Harry Potter or like the Lord of the Rings when a Bible chapter in the book literally talks about stuff like that? Yeah. Don't you think that's a form of reality? Those people got those things derived probably from the Bible, because at one point it was the most popular book of all time, apparently. So I just think it's interesting. Just think about that. I know y'all will never talk to me about that because I always scare. That's my issue now with this clarity that I found in my life. I realize that I need to learn how to, because people don't like that. When I kind of just come at them and be like, can you answer this to me? And they're just staring at me like, And I need to be like, learn how to ease it into them before they just like try to choke me up against the wall. Right. Like, bitch, I'm gonna rough you up if you try to embarrass me like that. And that's not my MO, y'all. I'm just, all the stuff I've always wanted to ask since I was 4 years old, I finally get to talk about because I don't care no more.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's about understanding and people understanding each other. I think that's the biggest thing, is people don't understand certain things. So instead of trying to understand, they hear it's bad, so it's like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. They like, I was gonna get on. Never mind.
Ooh.
Well, like, so there was this question they asked if what is that fake town in Aladdin?
Ali Ababa?
Oh fuck.
That's the best town.
Akbar,
Ali Ababa.
I can't remember, but they're like this fictitious town in Aladdin. They were like, oh, you know, Trump wants to invade this place. I think it was something like that. And Trump supporters were like, yeah, because they've done this and they've done that, but it's fake. Like it wasn't even a thing. So it's just like you believe you just believe what you're told, right. And like you don't really have
to go along with right.
So I feel like that happens a lot, but
I just feel like hopefully you guys can understand that there are really cool micro influencers like ourselves that can really like give you true tea. We're not gonna do the stuff that you're gonna see on the mainstream channels and stuff like that. Sure. So really try to invest into like watching and supporting what our career endeavors, because we're trying to keep it transparent for y'all. We want to give y'all like the real Hollywood, not the stuff that you see on like the contrived, you know, reality shows and stuff like that. Like some of that stuff, it still baffles me that people believe like stuff like Love and Hip Hop and stuff are real.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not see?
I don't know. Also, another plug. I'm also in another web series called Hollywounded. And it's about Hollywood life and like the
real Hollywood life?
The real Hollywood life.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, and in that, I actually play a drag queen.
Okay.
But my character is kind of like an anomaly. He, in his regular everyday life, he's like this, but like he's heavily in the drag scene and like just dealing with all of those things. And then this girl Charlie Bella Rose, love her to death. She is the creator of the show, and she just kind of deals with like being a girl in Hollywood and what it's like just being a woman in Hollywood and trying to be seen as serious, and like she's a writer, and it's like, you know, nobody wants to read your script unless they want to sleep with you. Like there are certain things we have to deal with in the industry that like people just don't understand, and it's like there's a lot we got to deal with just to make it happen.
I can't tell you how many times like I passed up on so many opportunities because I wouldn't sleep with somebody.
Yo,
and it's
so
like,
real. It happens
it
all
really
the time.
bothers me, like, because I'm sitting there now because I'm such a free spirit. I was like, dang, I guess I should have did that because like I could have been, but it's like that's just not my vibe, you know. No, it's not, and that sucks because like I don't know. I just don't think like that should be the like. So when I didn't sleep with you, but like I'm a really hard worker in the studio. You know what I mean? Like I'll stay up like until 3 o'clock in the morning.
I got stamina, baby.
Like,
I got stamina, y'all.
Like, let that be something, you know. I hate that that's like the end all be all, because that girl, do you remember Jordan Pruitt from the mid 2000s? She used to be on like all the Disney Mania.
Oh, yeah.
She just came out that when she was signed to Hollywood Records, which is Walt Disney Records, that she was raped for her whole contract by her producer, and he would rape her in the limos and the studios and all this stuff for 3 years straight. And I'm like, but why? Like,
power.
It shouldn't be too no, but it's like, it's like it frustrates me because I always wonder. I was like, why didn't she make it? But before then, we didn't have social media, so I couldn't just check up on her. The closest thing I had was her MySpace. So shout out to her for like coming forward with her truth and trying to let it be known.
Oh yeah.
It's like I feel like I trust her stuff more, not necessarily trust more, but like Aaron Carter. Have you been hearing all the stuff he's been going through? Like, that's been a little crazy too. I'm like, because I just want people to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the antics and what he's pledging is not going to bring him closer to being able to see his nieces or whatever that he's complaining about. Like, what? Like, if we're fighting, I'm not going to go on national television and cuss you out and then hope that you respond to me by you going on national television to another show and cussing me out.
Weird.
Like, how is that going to bring a resolution? Yeah. I don't know. I'm really, like, unmotivated. Like, I haven't even been on the Shade Room in the past 2 weeks because I'm not really motivated by anything that I see. I mean, who would be by blogs? But you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes we see people winning. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And I haven't been really, like... The person that stimulates me the most. Have you ever heard of Countess Bonds?
Yeah.
Do you love him?
No. Do you love? No.
No.
What is that? No, I've never heard that.
I'm gonna make you wife.
Never heard that.
Do you love him? You don't remember this? So she was on that show Hollywood Divas.
Yeah.
And then the lady for that used to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Lisa Wu.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She was on Hollywood Divas, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help make Countess give her comeback or whatever." Oh boy. So they used the demo of them probably recording like how we used to record.
Yeah.
And they filmed her in the FD studios, you know, the ones downtown, like the ones that everybody uses. Yeah. So it's so funny because I that's how you know I live in LA because I can point that out in the video. And they do this like it's not a high budget video, but it's like. All right. Yeah. And then the audio from GarageBand 1993. And it is atrocious, but it's a really great song. Like, there's a page called Ratchet TV. Shout out to Ratchet TV. They always post it, and it's become like a cult favorite. Like, at night, people are like, we want Countess. Like, he'll play, like, Kaya, Countess, Tisha Campbell.
Ooh,
you know I'm Tisha. Still here by Tisha.
Yes, love
so then he plays like all the interesting, fun songs, and people like vote. But I love the fact that Countess. But the thing is that she won't ever acknowledge that, like he's brought all these people to her because she knows that people are making fun of her. So she won't like say thank you or whatever. But I'm thinking you need to ride the coattails with us because bitch, get merchandise, get a website. Like hello, like but who knows? Shout out to Ratchet TV though. Do you have any last minute words to say to the fam bam?
Oh God.
How was your pizza?
It was bomb.
And your water.
So good. So good. Gotta hydrate.
Shout out to fans. I know I didn't drink some water. My face is breaking out and I can't be having a broke out face in New York.
That's true.
Because where should I get a parka? Should I go to Burlington Coat Factory?
Oh, that's a cute place to go.
I've never been there because in Florida, like, it did get a little cold when I went to college, but it never got like cold. And then here, it never really gets cold.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, well, in December, at night.
You from New York and you think the night
it's a
here?
different kind of cold.
Okay.
It's a different kind of cold.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it gets cold. It gets cold.
I think on the West Coast because it's so crispy.
I think so.
It's like dry. Yeah. Like it'd be this dry breeze cold. I'm like, okay, girl, like the wind chill is what really makes us feel like
maybe that's what it is. Because even when I was in Finland, like it was cold, but it was like New York cold to me. I was like, oh, this is fine. Like I can do this. But for some reason here, I'm like, I don't like this cold.
Yeah,
this is weird cold.
Like, it is, and cold? How it fluctuates. It go from 75 degrees to 30 in 20 minutes. We're like, okay, thanks. All we did was sit in traffic on the 405, and then all of a sudden the temperature drops, and we wasn't prepared for that. But shout out to Jamel, excuse me. Madhouse Productions. Yes. What else? Drop all the people. We gonna put his socials in the description box. Go follow all the stuff. Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it's there. All love and positivity, guys. Like, I mean, I want to see everybody win. So, and if there's anything that I can do to potentially help or, you know, reach out to me. Like, I'm always willing to like help or if there's anything that I can like resources that I can pull to help your cause or whatever, let me know. So
let's do it, y'all. Get in the comments. Tag them. Let them know. And we'll see y'all next week with another video. Hopefully I don't look too bloated from New York, y'all, because I know I'm about to eat some more pizza out there. But subscribe, share, comment, like, and I'll see y'all next week. right.
Bye.
Subscribe, ho.